Right, what are the benefits of resistance training? And we're going to go and have a rundown now. So, it is very beneficial to your bone health. Very beneficial. It increases the amount of osteoblasts that build the bone. Your bones adapt and change to the way you work out. They completely change, they get stronger, they grow stronger. Your bones, previously, a lot of scientists, decades ago, used to think that the bones were like rocks. They didn't have all these activities going on inside of them. They used to think they were like rocks, static, nothing really going on, but they are constantly changing. They're constantly being broken down and built up constantly, like a cell turnover, like the rest of the body. So, resistance training, with the pressures you put on your bones, increases the strength of them via nutrition as well, but that will also, the resistance will actually increase the density of your bones relative to your nutrition and other lifestyle factors, but overall it will definitely improve it. Next is longevity, and when I mean longevity, I mean the not just longevity, because people will say, I was reading the comment one day, and someone said, what did he say? He said, "Oh, it does, it's not. It reduces longevity, and if you want to live longer, you just need to just relax and not do anything." And that could be further from the truth. If you want to live a long and healthy life and be strong, then resistance training is really important. If you want to live long and just be, lounging in a chair and walking around, or barely walking and not keep your strength, you can probably live longer, because the muscles take resources from the body, and I think it does shorten it a tiny bit compared to doing the other option. But the quality of life with a bit more muscle mass it'll be a lot, it'll be increased, it'll be tremendous. So it'll be better, it'll be a better option. You're still going to live long into your 80s, 90s. You don't need to live to 110, extended by that much, but your quality of life is a bit poorer as a result. There's no point of that. So it keeps your strength, because you move, there's different planes, I can't remember the names, there's different planes, there's one that goes up, there's one that goes forward, one to the side, and moving, this is how we move as humans, and keeping the strength, shoulder press going up to the side would be lateral raises. Also, you could do functional activities that are like lunges with twists that are quite functional, push-ups, and then you flip around, do some more push-ups, keep flipping around, flip back around, push-ups. These exercises, we work in those planes. When you do exercises in those planes, you're mimicking what you do in real life. Therefore, you're lifting a weight as well and repetitively doing it. Therefore, you're making yourself stronger. So when it comes to getting out of a chair, reaching at the top of the cupboard, having the strength to carry some heavy plates down off the shelves, you will be able to maintain that strength. You will be able to maintain the strength of that. Whereas if you don't do resistance training, you will lose that strength. It'll be harder for you to get up. You lose that resilience that you need, So that's why it's important to resistance train. If you like this video, comment, like and subscribe. What are your thoughts on resistance training? Do you like it or not? Or do you disagree? Do you think you just should sit in the chair and walk around and that's all you need to do and you can lose muscle when you live to 120? What are your opinions on this? So next is resilience against a lot of metabolic conditions, diabetes, heart disease, different stresses on the body, fatty, visual fat as well. So when it comes and blood sugar regulation, having bigger muscles allows the sugar to be absorbed because you have bigger glycogen. More of that sugar can go into the glycogen tanks, because I call them tanks just to make it easier for people to understand. More sugar can go into those because they're bigger, because your muscles are larger as well. As a result, this buffers the effect of this sort of buffers you against diabetes and high blood sugar. So you help keep your blood sugar stable throughout the day. So if you do have something that's high in sugar, therefore, every once in a while, you can it can buffer the effect of that. if you have very low muscle mass and you have something that's sugary, there's not a lot of room where that sugar can go into in the muscles, so a lot of it will stay in the bloodstream for longer and it'll be higher as a result of that. So that's why it's good to have more muscle mass. That's another reason. And again, a lot of metabolic conditions, you know, like fatty liver, fatty organs, heart disease, diabetes, even related to sugar, an impact on a lot of brain deterioration diseases. You know, it has some sort of impact on that as well, and glycation. So it's very important to, I think, have muscle mass due to that. Helps keep your hormones regulated. Working out and getting enough fat in the diet will help you maintain that testosterone. It will help women managing your stress as well, because I think women are more susceptible to the effects of stress on their hormones. So managing managing stress, managing your blood sugar. Will help manage your hormones. So the effects of stress, resistance training, blood sugar regulation, managing stress helps regulate your hormones, so you're more stable. You know, and then you can, as you age, you can keep your hormones. Obviously, as you age, your muscle mass will decrease if you're sedentary. That's what they say. Oh, it decreases by 2% each year. But that's if you don't do anything. Naturally, humans would use the body. They'd walk, they'd run around and climb things daily. They wouldn't be sitting in a chair with the shoulders rounded like that, as that's unnatural. And therefore, they'd maintain their muscle mass longer. It would go down slightly, but they would maintain it pretty well, even up to the 60s, 70s and 80s. So naturally, doing resistance training, you'll be able to maintain your muscle mass really well as you get older. You don't have to become decrepit. That's an old-fashioned idea of getting old, and there's nothing you can do. Remember, the brain's very neuroplastic, so it means it can change belief systems, and the circuits in the brain and habits can change very easily that get locked in. They can be changed if you work at it. Same with the body. The body is very adaptable. So the way you age, the way your body breaks down is very dependent on the environment. You have your genes, yeah, but on the environment affects it a lot. If I had a very unhealthy lifestyle, if I took drugs and I was on the streets and I did that for 20 years, I'd age very differently compared to if I was really healthy, or if I was really rich and I had everything given to me, I would age a lot slowly. So the rate of aging is affected by the environment around us. It's not a fixed path. So remember that. Comment, like and subscribe. What are your opinions on this video? Do you resistance train? Do you like to resistance train, or you're not a fan? Do you want to resistance train? How can you resistance train? And you can do that by going to a gym, taking small steps, asking for an induction, letting them know about your goals, and then they can take you through these steps to achieve those. That's all you need to do. Take it in small steps. You don't need to jump right in. Ignore the influencers and tell, you need to be tough. Ignore them. Take it in small steps and do that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.